Hello, folks. As you know, I've covered hundreds of state and national park missing person cases over the years. While some of these cases have been solved, the majority of them remain unsolved, leaving us with burning questions and a persistent mystery that only seems to deepen with time. In this segment, I'll be covering Volume 4, which I slapped together nearly 10 years ago. So join me as we go back in time to see what new information has come forward since. Number 10. In August of 2014, 59-year-old Stephen Morris disappeared during his hike inside the Trinity Alps. Not only did hundreds of friends, family, and professional search and rescue teams search for him, the search effort would continue for several months following his disappearance, but eventually suspended in the spring of 2015 due to the total lack of clues. Well, since reporting this case, the final answer came later that year in a series of tests. A mass spectrometer analysis confirmed hair and tissue found in a ravine 2 miles from where he was last seen. Search teams concluded that Stephen had accidentally fallen 30 to 40 feet off of a granite cliff, and that's what did him in. Case status closed. Number 9. In August of 2011, 23-year-old Jacob Michael Olivier was last seen entering the Everglades National Park, where his car would be discovered abandoned 3 days later at the Pine Glades Lake trailhead. Park rangers and local authorities would spend over 2 weeks searching for him without a single clue. Since then, there haven't been any updates on this case. Case status still missing. Number 8. In May of 1983, 54-year-old Jessie Hoover headed out to hike the main portion of the Appalachian Trail just south of Baxter State Park. Her disappearance would not be reported until nearly 2 months later, when she failed to contact family members to update them on her progress. Searchers revealed that Jessie may have entered the 100-mile wilderness, which is approximately around 15 million acres of remote and dense forest. Since that time, many theories have come forward surrounding the circumstances of her disappearance, but no actual evidence has been found. Case status still missing. Number 7. In early August of 2014, 52-year-old Arvin Nelson was last seen entering the Ventana Wilderness, located within the Padre National Forest along the California coastline. His destination, the Big Sur Station, but when he failed to arrive, he was reported missing. The large search and rescue effort, which involved over 100 personnel, failed to turn up any sign of him. And even after 10 years, the mystery behind Arvin's disappearance continues to baffle many. Case status still missing. Number 6. In July of 2005, a 39-year-old mentally disabled man named Richard Asbell vanished during a backcountry trip inside Denali National Park. Richard began his hike on July 10th and stated he would return by the 18th, but he never did. Despite an extensive air and ground search that would last well into August, only his abandoned campsite would be located 5 miles northeast of Wonder Lake, near the summit of an unnamed 4,000-foot peak. But after this discovery, nothing else was found. Case status: still missing. Number 5. In July of 1996, 64-year-old seasoned park ranger Randy Morganson was midway through his 28th season as a backcountry ranger at Sequoia and Kings Canyon National Parks when he mysteriously vanished. Before he set out, he left a note on his tent stating that his plans would be to be away for 2 to 3 days. Randy then departed his post near Bench Lake, leaving behind his Smith & Wesson .357 Magnum firearm. After this, though, he was never seen alive again. The search effort deployed hundreds of personnel involving helicopters, ground and water teams, canines, and resources from several agencies. However, 6 years later, in August of 2001, a California Conservation Corps member who was building trails near Window Peak Drainage discovered a tattered shirt with Morganson's badge, a backpack, and eventually one of his boots that contained a human leg bone, which later revealed to be that of Randy's. Although this case is now closed, the circumstances surrounding Randy's disappearance and death continue to baffle many. Case status: closed. Number 4. In August of 2008, a 27-year-old hiker named Xin Ha vanished inside Glacier National Park during an overnight hike. Despite a week-long search by dozens of search and rescue personnel, no trace of Yi was found until nearly 4 years later, when a hiker discovered human bones in a remote section of the park. These remains were identified as belonging to Yi, but it's still unclear how he died. Case status: closed. Number 3. In January of 1980, Park Ranger Paul Fuet vanished during a hike inside the Chiricahua National Monument in southeastern Arizona. His plan was to embark on a day hike in the faraway ranch area, but he never returned. Just like we saw with Randy Morganson, another large search and effort ensued that would involve numerous state and federal agencies, family, and volunteers. Despite these combined efforts, not a single clue was found, and even after 45 years, family members continued to search for answers. Now, there's a whole lot of strange circumstances surrounding Paul's disappearance. Everything from foul play to UFO abductions. In fact, family members are offering a $20,000 reward for new information leading to the man's whereabouts. Case status: still missing. Number 2. In August of 1933, 22-year-old Joseph Halper was camping with friends in Rocky Mountains National Park when he was last seen leaving his campsite for a solo hike to Taylor Peak. Well, after failing to return, his friends became concerned and reported him missing, thus kicking off a large search effort involving more than 200 folks and extending well over 2 weeks. Unfortunately, given the age of this case and the total lack of details, Joseph Halpern's whereabouts remains a mystery. Case status, still missing. Number 1. Now here's one of the few cases I've covered that seems to have disappeared from the public eye. This follows the disappearance of a 21-year-old woman named Haley Doms, who vanished inside Yellowstone National Park in July of 1995. She had been visiting the area with family when she left the group to explore a nearby pond. This would unfortunately be the last sighting of Haley, and she was reported missing soon thereafter. However, despite an extensive search and rescue effort, Haley's disappearance remains a mystery. Case status, still missing. And there you have it. Now as time goes on, it is almost guaranteed that new clues and discoveries will be made, revealing the answers to some of the most burning questions we still have about many of these cases. Thanks for joining me on this segment, and you'll hear from me soon. Now if you have any new updates or contributing info that you'd like to share with us, go ahead and do so below. We'd all appreciate it. I'll catch you soon.